This episode of Huntin' Them Games is brought to you by Sega Dreamcast. It's thinking. Sega Dreamcast. It's thinking so hard you can hear it. Welcome to the Switch Bit. This is Huntin' Them Games, episode 2, where I talk about and show you all the games I've found over the past week from my hunting at the pawn shops, flea markets, garage sales, all that kind of stuff. I'm an avid collector, been doing it for a while, and this is just my way to kind of share my experience and my stories with these finds with y'all. So I'm going to get right into it, okay? I got a few different finds, quite a few of them from pawn shops this week. There's a few of them that I like to frequent here in town because I've found I have a pretty good amount of deals at these specific ones. They don't seem to value games very high. There's some that they try to charge eBay prices, so I'd rather just get it from eBay than a pawn shop. Anyways, I'm going to get into these games. A lot of them are just kind of like common games, but some of them are ones that I'm excited about, so let's talk about it. Mario Kart Wii. Got that for $2. I love this game. This is my favorite Mario Kart game, and I don't have it. For some reason, I sold it along the way. I think I put like 500 hours into it back when it came out on the Wii. Shout out to CJ, by the way. We used to go back and forth. I was always a little bit better than him, though. Okay. Zelda, Wind Waker. I love this game. I have it, but it's only sealed. I have quite a good little selection of Wii U games that are new and sealed, and I'm gonna keep them that way for a while. So I'm glad I found that. It was $7, which is probably about half of what it's worth. But if it's a game that I'm gonna play, I don't mind spending a little bit more on it. Grand Theft Auto 5. And I still haven't played that game, but if I'm gonna go out to the flea market and sell games, or if I'm gonna sell them on Craigslist or something, Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, those kind of things always go pretty fast. And I paid $2 for that as well, and I'll sell it for $10. And all these are actually $2. I got the Warriors and then Star Wars Lego. I don't have this, so it's gonna sit on my Wii collection right over there. But the Warriors I do have already. I just don't have it complete. And this is actually really, really good condition. I mean, that manual's like almost perfect. And this game sells for about $20 on eBay. I got it for $2. Yeah, all these were $2 except for that Zelda. So a good little day there. Not amazing. They're not 50-cent games, but $2 for a few of those is a good deal, I think. Let's see what else we got here. Let's talk about this bad boy. Xbox came with an AV enhancer as well, which I'd never even heard of or seen. I've always used the component cables. Came with a modded controller where they replaced the sticks. I don't know why, but it's a manufactured controller, like a regular controller with the sticks modded. And then I also found another controller at the same pawn shop. It's pretty good condition. I like the Dukes, the big original ones, so I try to find those. But yeah, $3 for this. The system was $15, which is a good deal. I mean, you probably sell them for about $50 on eBay. Price charting lists them at like $35, and those things tend to fail like pretty frequently. So I have an Xbox, but it's always good to have another one as a backup, and it's good to have these. A lot of times you'll find these controllers in the wild, but they don't have this, and without this you can't play the game. So $3 for a complete controller is a good deal. They sell for about $15 on eBay. So I was testing this Xbox out. The pawn shop that I got this from, they have a 24-hour period. You go home, test it. If it doesn't work, bring it back, and they'll replace it or give you credit or something. But this is actually modded Xbox, and I didn't realize that. So it has about 50 Xbox games on it, and some of them that are harder to find or cost a little bit, like Conquer. It's got like a media player, and some kind of enhanced internet. I'm not sure. I'm not like too familiar with the modding community, or I've seen Xboxes modded with all the old school emulators, and most of them run like trash. But I played through a few of the games that had modded on there, and it was pretty good. So I'm excited to have that. I'm hoping to set up a LAN party maybe sometime soon with a couple other YouTubers. Play some old school Halo or Halo 2. And speaking of that, at my other pawn shop stop, got a good little stack of games for 75 cents a piece, and a lot of them are original Xbox games, so that was kind of cool. I actually found these before I found the system. So Halo 2, there's a Halo 2 Collector's Edition, just a bunch of basic games, but 75 cents a piece. I think I wound up paying $12 because of this. It's House of the Dead Overkill. I paid $3 for that, and it's an amazing shooter. The Wii is so underrated, especially when it comes to those light gun style shooters. That one is just so campy and over the top and funny. I already have it complete, but somebody's going to want that somewhere down the line, and I will sell it to them. Another little stop that I made was to Best Buy. If you guys don't follow Cheap Ass Gamer on Twitter or just go to the website, they're constantly updating where to find the best deals from retailers. So they said the Best Buy was having a deal of the day on a lot of Activision games, and I got 2 copies of Crash Bandicoot Trilogy, which right now they're $40 new, and I think it was half off. So they were selling it for $19.99 a piece. I had the Gamers Club, so that brought it down to $15.99, and I did in-store pickup, and it took an extra $1 off each. So I got both of these games for $30, and like I said, they're $40 new. So I'll sell one for $30 on eBay probably, and then I'll keep one for my collection, which I always love to get free games however I get them. All right, one more stop I made was to the flea market. I only brought $11. Sometimes I like to challenge myself and just kind of bring like less than $20 and see what I can do, because I like to haggle with them. I never, well, I don't say never. I rarely pay asking price. So a lot of these are loose. Got a bunch of loose PS1 games, which probably need to be buffed, resurfaced. They don't look too great. Bunch of basics, but I got Wu-Tang, Shaolin Style. Love that game. And I got this. So it's an online startup disc and a network adapter. I like to find these weird kind of like demo discs or web browsers, network adapters, especially for like the PS1, PS2 demo discs for Dreamcast. I love to collect those things. I'm trying to get them all, but with all those magazines that used to hand out discs like they were candy, this is going to be pretty hard. But so I get excited when I find weird little stuff like that. Copy of Wii Sports, and then a bunch of 50-cent like Xbox games. I also like this. I talked about demo discs, but this is an add-on pack. Like Halo 2 had an add-on multiplayer pack that you could just pass around and get free maps. I like finding those, collecting those too, because not a lot of, they're hard to find compared to regular games, in the wild at least. Beatles Rock Band and 50 cents. I was actually excited because I've been talking to my girlfriend about wanting to play that again. So I just need to find some drums now because they're getting really expensive, like $70 for drum kits. It's ridiculous. And then I got this right here for 50 cents as well. It's sealed, but I'm gonna open it when my daughter gets a little bit older. I'll probably enjoy playing that with her. Couple little Mario. I think they were McDonald's Happy Meal toys, but I'll keep them. It's fun. I'll put them up on my shelf. And this is the favorite thing that I got. Some of y'all won't care, but it's a PlayStation 1 long box. You don't find those at the flea market or garage sales really much these days. This is what PlayStation 1 games used to look like. And they only made, after, I don't know, so many months of the first year, they went over to the jewel cases. I used to have a pretty sizable collection, but I sold it. I can't remember where. I sold it at a convention, though, my whole collection to somebody, and I regret that to this day. So this is my first long box on the start of my new long box collection, I guess you could say. So I'm really excited to get that. The game itself, I'm not that excited about. But even if it's a sports game, I get really excited when I see a long box, for sure. That's it. That's all I got. I'm going to make sure that I put like down below the prices. You'll see them popping up to the video, just like the last video. And then here in a minute, I'm going to kind of show you what I spent. This week I didn't spend that much money, but compared to everything I found, the prices, I came out ahead quite a bit. So Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. Sega Dreamcast. That's not the noise of the disc playing. That's a brainstorm. Sega Dreamcast. Up to 6 billion thoughts. Sega Dreamcast. It's loud. It's thinking.